Hey everyone, this is Nick with Us versus Herd. Today I wanted to do a follow-up video to a couple of my videos to kind of show you how I've progressed over the last few months on my Robinhood account. Again, this Robinhood account is kind of like my side account. Most of my trades, I trade options and I trade that on Thinkorswim. But I wanted to provide a follow-up to this video here, how to make the most money on the Robinhood app, and I put that out in June. And then this one I put out in October. So I just want to show you the balances. So in June, I had the account value here was $2,075, and now we're at $2,744. However, I think the only thing that I've added was shares of Square. As you can see here, I have Square now. And back then we were up 39% on the year, and now we're up 42% on the year, so we're up another 3%. But if you can notice here, that 3% another $300. We were up $584. Now we're up $823. And people say, hey, what's the best way to make money on Robinhood? And the way that I find that works for me is just buying things that I believe in and holding on to them. I don't trade penny stocks on here. I don't trade anything that I don't believe in. The stocks that I have on here, I believe in, and things that I don't believe in anymore, I get rid of. And I'll give you an example. I just sold Tesla last Friday when they made that the day before they made this semi announcement. It had a nice spike up, and I sold it because I don't really believe in Tesla anymore. And as you can see on here, since October, I think I did have Square. Let's see here. Yeah, I did have Square. So I did have Square, Tesla, Twitter, and Facebook. So I still have all of these except for Tesla. And you can see that my account value since October 11th, we're up another 100. So we're up $140, $130 here on the overall account. And this account that I have here, I don't actively trade it. I mainly just buy and hold and buy things that I believe in and sell it when I don't believe in. I am sitting in some cash here now. As you can see, I have $965 cash because I just sold, as you can see here, I just sold Tesla. I bought it on, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of trades here. I bought it down here. See, I bought this on February 12, 2016 for $450, and I cashed it out for $943 on November 16, 2017. So this is my buy and hold account. I don't actively trade on here. As you can see in the last year here, I've made very few purchases. I think AMD is my only loss on that. And then when Twitter sold off more, I bought another 10 shares here. I think this should be 10 shares, yeah. So I can go over. So my current positions right now, all I have on here is Facebook, Twitter, and Square. People say, hey, why do you have so few positions? And just so you know, this is just my buy and hold account in stocks that I believe in. It's not necessarily what I actively trade. On my active account, I use Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade, like I said before. But on Twitter has actually this year has been a losing position for me, and I was down. I think I was down like 15% or something. Nothing too crazy. But my equity value now is at 436 because I sold Tesla. My portfolio diversity is not that great. This is saying it's 24% of my holdings, mainly because I just sold $900 worth of Tesla. But I am now up. I'm up 20% on the year here. Not on the year, but since I've purchased Twitter, and on the year you hear this graph's pretty terrible. The Twitter's been rocking, and these spikes up here have mainly because there was a lot of buyout rumors, like Salesforce is going to buy out Twitter, or Disney is going to buy out Twitter, or Netflix is going to buy Twitter, or whoever. So a lot of these spikes here were those. The thing is that what I was looking at in here was now Twitter, just on their last quarter earnings report, they said they're starting to turn, and Q4 may be their first profitable quarter since their inception, or since basically Twitter's began. Since Twitter's began, I don't know, I think it was like 10 or 11 years ago, they've been operating at a loss, and this signifies that they're saying that they're getting close to turning a profit. So people are starting to invest here. And since then, another one that I've added was Square, which has been a really great performer for me right now. As you can see down here, I'm up 50%. I was up 70%. Yesterday, Morgan Stanley did a downgrade of it, said that the stock's downgraded to $30, so it sold off like 16%. But Square, as you know, I don't know if you might not know, but Square's up 242% this year. I bought it down in 28. So I bought it down here, around here in September, and it's just been making a massive run up here. So it came down, now it's bouncing up a little bit. And like I said, Square, one of the things that led to this huge rip up is Square started letting people buy and sell Bitcoin on its Cash App. So these are just a couple of trades that a couple stocks that I believe in. Facebook I've held since 2015. It's $88. I paid $88.31 for this stock. I have 5 shares. I haven't added to it, mainly just because I've just been adding different stocks to my portfolio or cashing things out. So Tesla, what I didn't like about Tesla is their cash burn, and they've only been so far been able to produce 10,000 cars a quarter. As you can see here, I did cash out at, what was the price? So I cashed out here at 314, and now Tesla's 317. So not much difference. They debuted their Semi. They're taking orders, but it's going to be years until people. So they're taking cash up front right now, but it's going to be years till that actually comes into production. Another reason why I sold is because starting in 2018, 2020, between now and 2020, they're going to get significant competition from the big players, Mercedes, Ford, GM, everybody. So that's another reason. It's not that I don't believe in. I can always buy more. I just was up like 109, 110%, and I no longer believed in what they were doing. They're just burning cash left and right, and they're not posting profit, and they're not meeting any of their delivery goals. And with that in mind, it's just trouble has been brewing. So I'm taking my money off. I've waited almost 2 years. Almost 2 years I've held onto the position. So it was time for me to take it. So I take the money off. So the best way I find, buy stocks and buy stock in companies that you believe in. Get a good price, hold on to it a long time, and then when you no longer believe in the company, let it go, and then either reinvest those profits. Like at Tesla, what I'll do is, I'm not going to invest into it anytime soon, but as soon as they start posting, profitable quarters or close to profitable quarters, or it looks like they're turning things around and starting to hit delivery goals, I probably most likely will invest in them again. I just want to see what they do with the competition. I had to just lower my risk profile, and I had to take my money off the table, because I don't think right now, in my point of view, it's not safe for me to continue. Earlier this year, it did hit up to like 360 or 380. Yeah, 380. Kind of double topped up here. Hit 380 again. They came down, and then it's been on a decline, and now it's kind of bouncing back up again. Who knows where it's going to go? No one really knows the value of Tesla. No one really knows the value of their future business, or how big they'll grow, or how stiff the competition will be, and nobody really knows if they'll succeed or not. And a lot of right now is built on optimism, and I just didn't feel like it was a safe bet. So since making the videos, I'm up a few more percent, a few more $100 on here. Let's go back to the main screen. I am looking to purchase some stocks. Square, I think, is good. On a major dip, I should have probably added some more yesterday. On a major dip, I want to add probably another 10 shares to get that right. But since September, we're up $144, 50%, and I've literally done nothing except for holding it. So, people actively trade penny stocks, and a lot of those people lose, and you could probably try to actively trading, and you're probably going to lose. Active trading, what I typically trade, I sell options or I buy options long term, but for the short term, I short or I sell vertical calls and puts is how I do it. And on Robinhood is just my buy and hold until I no longer believe in it or I find a better opportunity. So, right now I have $900 in cash here on the sidelines, and when I find another opportunity, I'll reinvest it, or when Square dips down, I'll reinvest it to kind of grow that. But right now I'm not looking to take any L's. If you found value in this video, comment below. If you have questions, comment below, like, and subscribe.